Well, hello everybody. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Want to do a little video today of sitting and talking to you guys, and we're going to talk about several different things. And then I got a little announcement during this video that we'll tell about that just a little bit further on into the video. As you know, Mel and I, we've been back in Texas for a little while. Now, our videos were always delayed. Each year they are. And so we actually got back on U.S. soil the third week of May of 2022. But we spent a little time driving up the Pacific coast a little bit, hang out with some friends that are also there in Iloilo on Panay Island, where we are. It's a couple, they live in California. We met up with them, spent a little bit of time with them too briefly, and then we made our journey on back here to Texas. Now, a lot of our reason for coming back here was to continue, as y'all hear me say all the time, to downsize. Now, downsize and sell out, that's two different things. We weren't here to sell out, as some of you tend to interpret that. I get that all the time. Oh, you shouldn't sell out everything. I can't believe you're selling out. And then others saying, oh, it's good you're selling out, you know, let it all go. That's not what we're doing. We're not selling out. There's a difference between downsize and sell out. What we're doing is we're getting rid of the waste, the things that sit idle, the things that don't earn or don't earn enough, and relieving the stress and taking weight off our shoulders. But of course, I'm one of these people, I guess you could say, mama didn't raise no fool, that I'm not selling out everything I have. I'm gonna be really clear on that. And you know, it doesn't hurt to have a backup. Now, something could happen to my wife. We've got things in place over in the Philippines to where if something happened to her or myself, how things are gonna go from there. Here in the US, Mel and I, we work side by side together all the time, and she puts in a really good effort of helping and pitching in on her part with the things that she can do. And if she can't do some of those things and we hire in other people, or I don't want my wife working that particular hard, she does other ways to support things. You know, she keeps up the household, she keeps her clothes clean, she keeps a very neat, tidy house, and she usually manages about our food, our groceries, what we're gonna eat, laundry. And you know, those things are not to be mocked at, because that's a load off my shoulders that I can focus my mind on other things. So those things aren't just light. Doing all those tasks are not just light. And she hobbies too and grows us some food, and it may not be always in a big amount, but it is food grown. And she takes care of yard. Melinda loves working in the yard. She'll mow. All those things are things that then I don't have to put my mind on when we're here and we make money here, and I can focus on other things. But if I had to divide my mind amongst all those things too, we would be less productive. So those things do matter, they do count. So we're a good team. We're a good team. I don't have a wife that's trying to take advantage of me. When I'll just tell you, when I got with Melinda, I showed myself just to be as broke could be. I really held on to that. And I wanted to see if this person was willing to accept me. And even though that was a little bit of a falsehood, I wanted to see if this person would accept me even without me having a whole lot. And she did, without ever batting an eye. She just really enjoyed us together, us doing things, not about what we owned. And Mel is still not about what we own. She don't ask for no money, or she asks for very little. Maybe she wants to buy something here and there. And you know, I hand Melinda money sometimes, and she refuses it. Isn't that amazing? She refuses it. Nope, you keep that. Nope, put it back up. Nope, I don't want it. Nope. She will put it down, and it can sit there a week. She won't pick it up. Sometimes I'll sneak and get her wallet and stuff money in it because I can't get her to accept nothing. So I know not everybody's in that situation, and not all couples are going to be like that, or a girl you meet, not all of them are going to be like that. So don't just be naive. Get to know the person you're with. Get to truly know the person you're with. You know, I watched a Ralphie, what's that? Ralphie Tufolo video last night of this Australian guy that met this girl in Angeles City. Man, he went to just thinking he's gonna live the dream with her. Didn't marry her. Thought he's just gonna live the dream with her, and he bought a house, bought a nice Ford Ranger pickup. He put money in for her for businesses, and a couple different businesses that she still has right now, truck, boat, all kinds of stuff. And he had never married her, but he did all these things. And he got locked out of the country for a little while the lockdowns were going on. And as soon as he could get back in the country, he went back to her. But if he had married her, he could have got back in the country. But he never married her, but he invested tens of thousands of dollars to a girl that he's not married to, that he's only dated, and back and forth little trips to the Philippines. And I'm going to tell you, might be some of you guys watching this right now that have done that. I think it's insanity. I absolutely do. I think it's insanity. There's no commitment there or anything. Well, she found herself less interested in him when he returned. Of course, she's been living there with businesses, car, house, a life, and him locked out of the country, and he didn't have to be a part of all of that, and she was enjoying it without him being a part of that. He probably come back grouchy, being real ruling, and being very probably showing his dominance and all, and it probably soured her. So because her heart probably wasn't in it about him to begin with, and so she wasn't that interested in him, and he got really upset over that, and he threw a temper tantrum, and he split and left her, and goes back to an ex-girlfriend, but he demands his house, his truck, and all of his things back. Those were gifts, and he was a fool. He was a fool. Don't be a fool in these situations. I know you get stricken, and you might be a middle-aged or older guy, and you're getting attention from a younger pretty girl or something there in the Philippines, and you let it all run away with your common sense. Your common sense just flies right out the window, because you feel like, man, you are the Mac Daddy, you are the king, boy. Papa Mac Daddy, man, got this pretty girl on my arm. Oh man, I'm gonna keep her forever. I'm gonna buy her nice things. Oh yeah. But you haven't made that commitment. You haven't made that commitment, or you drag it out too long, or you get with a girl that even if you make that commitment, she's scandalous, because there's scandalous girls out there. There's scandalous guys out there as well. I say he was scandalous because he instantly had an ex-girlfriend to hook right back up with. So there's some fools out there. Don't buy property and put it in the girlfriend's sister's name or mama's name, because let me tell you, they could get in an accident or leave this world, and it is a nightmare dealing with wills and how the government over there controls a lot of how things are inherited and can go to siblings and this and that, and you won't be in the picture, and you'll have no say-so in it at all, and you'll lose it all, man. And I see all these situations. I talk to people all the time, personally, one-on-one, and I see these situations. I don't say nothing. It's none of my business. Some people are even friends, but you've got to do your part. If you're married, there still is common law ownership there in the Philippines. It might be in your Asawa's name, your wife's name, or you might be a foreigner person married to a Filipino, a male. And so, the husband or wife, whichever way it is, this Filipino citizen, it might be in their name, but if you're married, you do still have some rights. And especially if you're being a good boy, not being scandalous and all. And you're also over there, they're very big on how someone behaves too. If you've been a bad acting foreigner there, expat there, and they really don't like you, they're probably not going to help you. Just think about that as well. So don't be a bad actor too. See if they're willing, before you buy all these things, or when you're getting married, that you can write up an agreement, and a legal agreement with a real attorney over there, not one of these on the sidewalk attorneys that's doing notaries of papers and stuff, not one of those kind of attorneys, but a real attorney that really does know the law. You can get with them, get the proper things in order to just give yourself peace of mind. You can see the attitude of the person you're with. If you're gonna ask them to do something to watch your back for your retirement, for your pension, for your future, and they scoff at it and they act offended and like you just personally insulted them for signing something that from your money that you earned for all your life and your pension and your Social Security, that you're trying to protect yourself. And if they don't see that, or they're offended, they probably are not going to be a good choice for you. And you really need to stop thinking with the wrong brain and go slow and ask yourself, this is the person I really want to get in this commitment with, and risk my pension with, risk my Social Security with, my savings with, and you might be getting on up in age. Risk your years of you're supposed to be relaxing and all with a person that's going to give you a lot of stress and try to bleed you dry. So you need to take your time and make sure that this is the right person that you're trying to get with over there. I'm going to eventually do a video of a couple, really one bad situation that I was in over there, and that video is going to come in time. And another one I dated that was not a bad situation, a good person, but just not a good fit. That's another thing. Make sure they're a good fit for your life, that you have something, even though you're from different cultures. Make sure that you have some kind of commonality, some kind of common real goal, not just her saying, yeah, that's my goal too, because she wants to hook up with you for a solid financial future for her life and her family. But really get to know this person. Don't be braggadocious going, oh, I got $80,000 in the bank, and all that. I got you, girl. We're good, and all. Man, don't be a fool. It's none of their business. See if that person's really about you. But I have been in a couple situations that I had to move on for. One was really bad. I mean, really bad. And that person should get, she should get an Emmy. She should get a Grammy for Best Actor. Man, I'm telling you, really an actor, which is a polite way of saying also a major liar. Conniving, twist things, just, oh man. That doesn't mean everyone in the Philippines is like that, but I'm going to tell you, my original deal there was bad, and people don't ever change, and I still don't see where that person has ever changed. So watch out, but they don't mean give up. But that person I was wise, and I wouldn't buy nothing with, and I wouldn't buy nothing with, and they were asking for it. And that's another thing. If they're asking for it, think about that. Think about that. Oh, so and so, their husband bought them a car. They gave them a credit card. They did this. They did that. You know, you better just walk away. Don't just walk, man. Get on a bus and hightail it out of there. Go to another island. Get away from that person. I am telling you, just all of that nonsense. If they start comparing you up to other couples too, nah. It should just be about you and that person as individuals with a common goal. Yeah. So find the right person. And I suggest that maybe you're together for several years, renting, living or a very simple place or something, before you pull the trigger to invest with anything with that person. Not everybody has to build a house like we did. Not everybody has to buy a car like we did. And I've been in the Philippines 17 years. Is that right? Let me think about that. So there's 10, 5, 17 years. 17 years, that's right. And I am only just after a secure relationship with Melinda that I had a real, true relationship and a good, dedicated wife that without a doubt you could see is a good person, that I spend any money to invest in anything over there at all, period. And you need to have some control. Again, think with the right brain. Think with the right brain. Okay, well, I promised you all, as I've been blabbing right here, I just tell you, because I keep hearing stories that really alert me, and I just say, oh man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, man. Money don't come that easy. But nevertheless, I'm going to digress all the way back, as I said before. Mel and I, we've been here in Texas. We were here to downsize. We had some pretty good success on this trip, but we're tired of being here. So we didn't sell everything we wanted to. I felt like it finally got too hot, too far into the summer to sell the hay equipment. And said, you know what, next spring will be perfect time for that. With the inflation going on right now, the fuel prices going on right now, the power grid struggling with this nationwide heat that's going on, with all the things, everybody's moods are kind of down right now. And so I thought, you know, if we go ahead and leave, we come back next spring to finish off this downsize event, it'd be perfect. We'll come back a little earlier than we normally do. We will get here and before hay season, right before it starts, I mean like right before it starts, put that hay equipment online, get it sold, get an additional tractor I have here sold. Maybe at that point I may go ahead and sell my excavator as well. I have a little 19-foot pleasure and ski boat that's sitting back here in the shed. It's a running boat, inboard, outboard. I'll probably put it up for sale. We've got a little car, we'll probably put it up for sale. And we've got one rental here next door that we never finished working on, although we have been working on it lately, but we covered none of it in video. We'll finish getting it in order. And I've got a few trailers and things like that that I want to sell as well. And as I said, downsize, but not sell out, not sell at all. You know, these are assets like land, especially this ag land that don't have no big property tax on it. All they're going to do is appreciate for you. But if you sell it off, you're going to pay a capital gain, and you're going to put that money in the bank, and it's going to become stagnant. It's not going to grow. A tiny little interest, or you stick it out in risky investments. Look at the market right now. So your money becomes stagnant. Inflation grows, but your money's not growing. So each day as inflation's growing, you're actually losing money. But if it's in something, a hard asset that appreciates in value, like land, especially land you're not paying a bunch of taxes out on, because ag taxes are really cheap, well, then the value of your property is growing with inflation, and sometimes it's outgrowing the inflation, and you're making money every day by that land sitting there. So think about that as well. Not everybody's in that situation. It could be a house. You could have a house, you have a situation, have some really good renters, some really good leasers, and the lease covers the taxes, it covers the insurance, the upkeep. Maybe you make a little money too over all of that, but at the same time, that house is appreciating in value, that land is appreciating value. So you're not only making whatever the rent is, or maybe you're breaking even with the rent stuff, but you're still gaining because you have a property that is appreciating value. It's growing. Where your money in your bank or in a risky investment is not. So that's another little pointer and all for you as well. Mel and I are heading back to the Philippines. So there it is, out of all this hot air, there it is. We leave here pretty soon, August the 16th. We are right now working to secure everything, put up stuff, put away the things that I've got strewn out everywhere while I've been going through stuff. Securing our things. Our house is better shape than ever here. We continued on getting work done on it. I've ended the work with those guys now, and I'll pick up on maybe doing some things when we come just for a little while next year. Figure next spring, you know, the trees are putting out, the grass is coming out. Hopefully there's been winter rains. Everybody's in a better mood. Maybe the fuel prices improve by then, and we'll catch everybody on that upbeat mood of spring. Meanwhile, we're ready to get back to the Philippines. I've got some more stories of what's going to be happening there. I want to tell also that I've been continuing bike riding, but I know y'all are not craziest in the world about watching my bike riding videos. That's a personal thing. It's a personal challenge. Just hoping to inspire some of you as well. Get out there and take care of your health. Very important. Eat good. Very important. That's what I'm trying to share and show. You can't get over there to the Philippines and enjoy a really good life if you're not taking care of your health, you know. you want to, if you want to enjoy a long life, take care of yourself. I mean, I just can't stress that enough, you know. Drop the soda pops, too much booze, all the fat foods, the fast foods, the junk, and take care of yourself, man. I'm telling you. You know, once again, that old cliche saying, but health is wealth. It really, really is. Appreciate all you watching this little bag of wind video. And I'm going to make some videos over the next couple of days covering a couple other things that I've been wanting to cover with you guys for a while. Something I've never done with you guys before, but I am going to cover a cost of living video for Mel and I with building a house and putting in a solar system and being somewhat self-reliant on a piece of property right there. And it'll be different than just a regular old cost of living video like a lot of other vloggers do that's renting an apartment or a condo or things like that. Ours will be on a little different slant because we do have a solar system in place and a water system in place and a way of potential income on the property and growing food and lowering our food cost and all as well. So I hope you all will enjoy that. I've been sitting working on figures already to share with you all on that. I do have a couple stories I want to tell about the past trip over there, but some of it I have decided to not tell because it's just best to keep things good and smooth and not offend anyone. And I also am going to put out a video in the next couple of days about our experience with booking a ticket and the cost and the price comparisons I did. And so y'all tell me if y'all want to see that, if that's something you're interested in, and I'll tell you then who we end up finally booking with and the cost and all. So comment and tell me if you want to hear about that too. And let's get things back in the swing for that country that I love, the Philippines, be back in the tropics with a beautiful family. The kids are excited, we're excited, and we hope you're excited. And we'll see you on the next one.